everyone, and welcome. And tonight we're going to move further. In the last class, we looked at how the concept of boolean and trying to reset.
Not the only one. I can't hear anything.
Oh goodness! Can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Mr. Tosin, I don't know what's wrong with your mic, or just check it out. Everybody can hear me right now. Okay, guys, we looked at the whole concept of the screen reset when we define a particular function that is the total.reset screen. So we said that anytime we definitely have a particular statement, if the is_reset is false or is true, it's supposed to do a particular function. And if you look at this, we said that for I in range 4, and this you move the angle to 90 degrees and the distance in pixels. So if the condition is true, this is what I want you to do: reset the screen, and which is already in the reset function here. So we called upon the functions, and we defined the parameters that was actually assigned from the very beginning. Once we did that, we found out that it gave us exactly what we had looked for. And in the previous class, we looked at so many concepts. We looked at the whole concept of for I in range. We said that we need 10 squares, and we want it to multiply itself like 28, like every time it comes up, it should increase in size, and it should be times 20 of that particular size we want. So in tonight's class, we'll definitely go straight to the whole concept of, let's say we want to create another thing entirely, want to create another kind of shape, want to draw another kind of shape entirely. So let's just say we want to look at how can we get to a polygon, how can we get to a polygon, how to draw a polygon. At this particular point, a polygon could actually have different sizes, pentagon, hexagon, that year that we used to do mathematics. So what we're going to do, that's the main function of the total project. And let's just see, the main thing is for you to just understand the foundation of this thing. It should be at your fingertips at any point. And if you look at a particular code, you definitely understand what it's actually doing. So let's just find a way and define a function. It could be a polygon. So you can just name it polygon. Remember when I said that your function name should actually be descriptive enough. So we're going to pass certain parameters, and it's going to be the total distance that we had already, the total object in which we have defined already. And definitely we need the movement in d in distance, and we need the number of sides. And also we need the is_reset. We need it at any point when we want to reset the screen, or you do not want to reset the screen. Definitely we'll put a colon. For sure, you guys are big boys already in this particular concept here. So there's no need of trying to explain the whole concept of function to you. So now the next thing that comes is the scope. And in this particular point, we are going to use the docstring at least to define what we want to do in this particular function. So we just do shift, you can see. So once you do that, automatically it gives us the parameters that are actually here. You can see param t d. So this is defining what this particular t is going to do. So we can actually say that this t will definitely be the total t. So it's definitely a total t. And what is this d? The d will always be an integer kind of value, and just say integer d. We are trying to explain something, and it's always in pixels. So it's always in pixels. And once we get this in pixels, you try to get your answers correct and make your code to work for you. So the parameter n is what is going to be the number of sides, and it's definitely is going to be in form of an integer, because it will definitely not be a float. So it's an integer n, and is called the what? The number of sides. So number of sides. So, and is reset is a boolean. So you can just say boolean kind of value. Boolean value is a boolean value. And what are we returning? We are returning the shape or the diagram or the figure. You can say the figure of a n-sided polygon. Okay, so this is just trying to try to tell you an explanation or a description of what that function is going to do. All right, so we go straight and we say, what can we do to make it work for us? So the first thing we need is definitely we need a particular angle. We need a particular angle, and this angle definitely is always in. I don't know. We are getting into maths here, but I think most especially if you are going to back end, because Python is more of a back end kind of a programming language. So most times you always tend to look at the mathematics part of it, though I will try as much as possible to explain it to you in a layman way. So each of the sides would definitely have a particular angle. So each of the sides and all the angles together sums up to be 360 degrees. So the n number of sides, the size that you're going to use for your polygon, for you to find the angle of each of this particular side is going to be 360 divided by the number of sides, which is what? N. So we are going to define what they call it, a variable that takes that particular condition. So we're going to you can just put it angle equals to, you can just say 360 divided by what? N. 360 divided by N will be the angle.
Hello, Kemini.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, Maki, sorry. I don't know if this would be right to say. Some of the polygons, they have more than 360 degrees. Sorry, I happened to help a child today do one homework, and I realized that initially I thought polygons have 360 degrees, but they have more than that. For example, like a 6-sided polygon has 720 degrees. So I don't know. Because if we go with 360, it may not really give us I don't know, but that's my thinking.
Are you sure of this thing you just said down?
Oh man, you can just check it out
first?
An hexagon has 720 internal.
No, wait. No. Let's.
It has a formula n minus 2 times 180 degrees for polygons. I had to learn that today from a child's homework.
Okay. For the concept of this class, I know that a polygon actually is going to rotate round and it's going to be in the form of a circle. So at that particular point, I would like to let's just use this for this particular class and let's see if it's going to give us. What did you say? Which angle? Let's use your own angle. Which polygon was that, Mr. Mark?
Okay, a 6-sided
hexagon
polygon. That
six.
Hexagon,
okay, 6.
Yes.
Okay, hexagon. Okay,
Yes,
don't worry. We are going to wait. We are going to.
Sorry,
we are going to find a way.
Can I come in?
Yes, no problem. There's no, don't worry. Once we finish, we are going to see. No, don't worry. Let's just finish up with what we want to do. I want to show something to him at the end of once we finish our function.
All
right.
right.
Okay, let's just do it and see how it's going to work for us at this particular time. Okay. All right. So let's go there. So if we want to make this work for us, so for us to define an angle, so anytime we have this particular point where we say turn TRT, this thing, we're going to fix it, the angle itself. So don't worry, we'll find a way to make that work for us at some point. Okay, so let's see how we can make it work. So we're going to still do the same ranging, to add the for loop and try to make it work for us. So how do we get it? So we're going to say for I in range, and that particular range, we need it to be, the range should be in the form of the number of sides in which you want to create in this particular drawing. Just as we did for this particular square, right on top here, when we said for us to get to a square, we did for I in range 4. So at this particular time, instead of putting 4 here, we are going to put the number of sides in which we want to use. So we're just going to say for I, which I is already an arbitrary kind of variable in range. In range what? The range is going to be the n value, the n number of sides, and definitely we're going to use a colon. And once we do that, T, which already we have instantiated from the very beginning of this course, FD, that is to move forward in the pixel, is going to be the distance in which you're going to give. You're going to define it as D, which is already in one of the parameters in which we have. And also we have T dot, we are turning left to a particular angle, and the angle we want to use is the one we are going to use in this particular, we have already defined in this particular function, and this is going to be angle. Okay, so anytime we definitely want to call out this polygon, it's going to, when we want to put the number of sides here, don't worry, we're going to see it ourselves. It's going to be very practical, and we're going to make it work for us. So let's try. Okay. So now let's call out the polygon function itself and see how it will work for us. So let's just call polygon. You can see it's already telling us here, so we bring it in. And the first one we want to use is the T. The first or this thing we want to use is the T, what the total object in which you have defined already from the beginning. So T, comma. The next one we're supposed to bring is the D, the distance in pixels, which is going to be an integer value in pixels. So let's just use 100 here. And once we use 100 here, the next one is going to be the n number of sides. And this is when I'm going to involve the marks concept. So let's say 6. We want to use the 6-sided, and let's see. And let's say we want a true kind of sensation, a true kind of Boolean value. If I run this, it's going to give me an error because it's supposed to be a capital T. So if you run this out, and let's see what it will give us. And at this particular point, if you see, I have not, something is missing in our code. What do you think is missing, guys? Something is missing right now. If I run this code, it will definitely not work for us, or it will not give us exactly what we are looking for when we're looking at this true and false. What do you think is missing in this particular line of code?
Hello, can I answer that?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, the is reset is not yet defined. So
There is reset, the condition for the Boolean value for the screen has not yet
yes,
been defined. Well done. Well done. I'm going to set that immediately. So that was what was actually missing. Okay, so let's go back and let's see. We go back and we said if what is underscore reset is what is equals, if is this thing is what is this and this. Okay, what are we going to do now? We're going to see the same thing we did here. Where is it? If is underscore reset equals true, call out the reset function. So if this is equals true, we want to reset our screen. So we just say reset. Definitely call out the function name which already defined. This is where we define it. We already define, and what does the function does is perform a specific form of a specific task, and which is to reset the screen of the particular turtle. So once we call this out, let's see if it's going to work for us, and let's see if it's going to be a 6-sided polygon, and it's going to follow the angle in which we know. So guys, we can see, you saw something that happened. It became 6. So let's just make sure that we leave it at false, and let's see if it's actually it's going to stay for us. So it's working for us. After it has finished running, because it is true, it had reset the screen itself. So let's go back again and run it. So you can see this is definitely a 6. I don't know if it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has taken the whole concept of the 360, and because we said it's going to be 6, so it's going to be, each of these sides will be 360, and it divided into n, and it gave us the angle in which you are supposed to move in a way that it will form 6 of those sides. If you try another concept, you can just try, let's just try 8. Let's try 8. Let's try 8 and let's see. So you can see it's now 8. So what I want us to do right now is wherever you are, I want you to create multiples. Okay, let's just say we want to create, let's create up to 5 polygons with different, yes, it could be with the same size, but it should be different kind of distances. It should be different kind of pixels. For example, the D should be different. So it's exactly the same thing we did for this particular one. For I in range this, I want you to put your polygon to be this and that. So I want to see your actions in the group chat. Just do it, post it in the group chat. I don't know if you understand what I just asked now. Guys, if you don't understand, let me know. I want you to put it in the for loop and make multiple this thing, sides or multiple polygons. Then put your screen, let your screen not reset. It should be set it at false, just as we did for the square before. Just do something like that. A practical thing here. I think it's just more, it's simple enough. So wherever you are, just try it out. Try it out. The same thing we did, put it in the group chat and let's see what you've come up with. It's very simple enough. Just I want you to be hands-on, something that you can actually do. Remember, it's just for you to do, it's just not for you to just come here and look at what you are doing. The process of doing, you tend to understand the whole concept. And if you do it repeatedly, it gets to you at all times. So I don't know where you are. Just try and do the same thing we did in the last class for multiple. And we use the for loop and put it in a range. And after that, we tend to like increase that. I mean, after every particular polygon, I want you to increase the size, maybe times 10, times 20, times 50. Just try it out in the group chat and drop your answers in the group chat, please. It's very important that you do something by yourself. So I'm just giving you just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Your time has started right now. So maybe I should just go back to my screen. This is what we did in the previous class for I in range this. So just try that for this particular polygon. You can decide to comment this one out and try something else. So you can just comment this out and just try your own. Make sure it must be in the total main loop. Please, you have 2 minutes. Let's just do it. Or please, if you don't understand the question, let me know now. You understand the question? Mr. Payemi, do you understand the question? Mr. Emmanuel Amodu, do you understand? Mr. Gabriel? Or can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, but you understand what I said we should do?
I'm trying to fix this one first. It's still telling me that my T is not defined. I want to see where I got something
check from the very beginning. If your T is wrong, check from the very beginning. This is where we started from, the whole number 2, the line 2. So just check it out. Maybe you have done something wrong. So it's very important.
I'm suspecting it's an indentation error. I'll check that out.
Okay, please guys, check it out wherever you are. You just have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to do that. I will. Please put it in the group chat, or you can share it in the chat room here. Yes, yes, the thing is, I want to see, Mr. Sunday, I want to see the outcome of your work. I want to see the outcome of your work. Like, nice one, exactly. To definitely, okay, this, okay, okay. I wanted us to do something like add multiple kind of, when it comes to sizes, let's see how it's going to be for you. Like different kind of things. So if you run this, let's see. Mr. Sunday, run this code that you have done now. Let's see what it will give you.
Okay, the challenge is that I've not started writing the code, so I will need to write, like, I'm not on with my system, so I'm just
Okay.
like so I will see.
Okay. Anyone? Has anyone been able to figure something out? Are you guys trying something out? I should move on. I should give it as homework. Please, who is trying something?
I'm
Hold on,
trying. I'm still
I
working on the old.
I got an error.
I'm not done writing mine. I'm almost done.
I just try and see what you have. Hello, has anyone finished?
Yes, I think I don't know.
Okay, maybe you could share it in the group chat, or you could
Like I
share
should
it.
screen grab it and
Okay. Wait, I just want everyone to read. Maybe you can share your screen, the results in.
I don't know. Okay, let me just send what I did. Perhaps it's a solution to the question you asked, or I don't know. But let me just drop it. You see.
Hello, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, please let me see what you have done so far. Anyone that has tried something out? Okay. What happened? Mr. Fulanobo, are you not done? You said you're trying something.
Trying to add the parameters. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Well done. I've seen Mr. Shive's own. It's exactly. Wow, this is nice. Well done. What was the range you used, Mr. Shive? Mr. Solo, what was the range you used?
I was only trying to play around it. So I used range of 41. So it just kept on drawing, almost filling the whole screen.
Yeah, it has to continue that way. It's okay. Okay, at this point, I would like to stop because we need to define another concept of it. We need to define another new concept. So let's just try. And since no one has responded, so let me just share my screen and let's see how we can work towards that. So this is exactly what I did, is just as we did in the former class. So for I in range, I used 11, but I can decide to change it to, let's say, let me use 5. So it's going to be from 1 to what? 1 to 5 here, which 5 is definitely not included. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see how it's going to be like. Now we now said, okay, once you say for I in range, this call out the polygon function in which you have defined already, and T is the object in which you've already defined from the beginning. And this I times 20 is definitely what? The D here, which is the integer value in pixel, which is the movement in pixels. And the 8 here is the number of sites, in which you want in this particular polygon. And definitely we are going to leave it at false. If you run this, you'll see what it will give us. And you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it actually keeps on increasing times 20, times 20, and times 20. So that is exactly what I wanted you to just figure out yourself and let it work for you. So at this particular point, I would like to just go straight to the next one we have tonight. Please, if you have any question to ask now. If you have any questions, please ask me now. Why you did not get it? At what point did you get lost? Please let me know. Okay, Mr. Mark has dropped something.
Yeah, hello, Sekemini. Sorry, I'm getting an indentation error. I don't know whether it's from my
You're getting
Python.
indentation. Okay, you're getting indentation error. Can you share your results?
Is the error?
Okay,
I don't know
I'm
whether it's
seeing
from my
something in the group.
PyDroid.
Okay, is the error okay? Maybe just check it out again. Look at it. Look at the. Good. I don't know. Can you share your screen? Can you share your code? This is something that we have to put every. Can you share your code?
Sorry, I'm trying that to see if that works. Let me know if you're seeing my screen.
We can't see your screen, but I think you're trying to share something, but it's not showing.
Oh.
Just screenshot it and send to us. We'll find a way to make it work for you. Your screen is black, so it's not share. Just screenshot your code and send to us your full code, or if it's not the full screen, you just screenshot it one by one. We'll find a way to. I'll call someone to look at your code and be able to debug it by the person will be able to look at it and debug it for you. All right, so without wasting much of our time, let me just, at this point, I would like to stop recording this session.